Okay, so we've all been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck with that one coworker, the one who just seems to love stirring the pot,
Yeah.
always questioning, always pushing buttons. You know the type.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Makes those Monday mornings a little bit rougher.
Definitely. You start hitting that snooze button a few extra times.
Exactly. And we usually just slap a label on them, right? Toxic.
Right, right. Toxic teammate.
Case closed. But what if, and this is where things get interesting, what if that toxic label is actually hiding some serious potential?
It's funny, because our knee-jerk reaction is to think toxic, get that out of here, that's a recipe for disaster.
Right. Total team killer.
Exactly. But this article we're diving into today, it takes a completely different approach.
A wild approach. It actually suggests those so-called toxic teammates. They might be the secret ingredient for breakthroughs and crazy team resilience.
Totally unexpected.
Totally. Like finding out your weird grandma's secret ingredient was actually the key to that amazing cake.
Haha, exactly. Okay, so how do they explain this? Well, it's all about disrupting the status quo. These are the people who prevent everyone from just going along with the flow,
Groupthink.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
challenge every assumption, which, yeah, can be annoying. But it also forces everyone to think differently. And sometimes those uncomfortable conversations, they lead to amazing solutions.
Okay, so I get that just agreeing with everything isn't always the best approach, but how do we make sure that disruption is actually helpful?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's about finding that balance. The article actually gives a really interesting example. It talks about this woman, Sarah, who was known for being, well, kind of a cynic, always poking holes in everything.
Following the type.
Right. But here's the thing. Her constant questioning, her refusal to just accept things at face value, it actually pushed her team to be way more creative. They achieved things they never thought possible.
It's like that saying, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, exactly. It's that little bit of friction that can create a spark.
So it's about harnessing that friction, that disruptive energy, and turning it into something positive for the whole team.
Absolutely. But, and this is a big but, the article makes it very clear that not all difficult behavior is created equal.
Right. There's a difference between being productively disruptive and just being a jerk.
100%. And this is where leadership comes in, big time. Leaders need to be able to tell the difference between someone who is genuinely trying to make things better.
Even if it's a bit messy.
Yeah, even if they're not the most tactful, and someone who is just, for lack of a better word, toxic.
So intent is key here.
Exactly. Is this person coming from a place of wanting to improve things, or are they just trying to tear others down? Big difference.
Huge. It's like that difference between constructive criticism, which we all need, and just being mean.
Totally. And that also means creating a space where people feel safe to speak up, even if what they're saying isn't always sunshine and rainbows.
Right. So we've talked about the potentially positive aspects of these toxic teammates, but the article also points out that even the truly difficult ones, the ones who are really just plain toxic, can still offer something valuable.
Isn't that interesting?
It is. How so?
Well, they force us to take a look in the mirror. How are we reacting to them? Could we be handling the situation better? Are we communicating effectively? They can highlight areas where we, both individually and as a team, can grow.
So it's almost like they're inadvertently giving us an opportunity to develop our own emotional intelligence.
Exactly. We can learn better conflict resolution skills, improve our communication, all because we're being forced to deal with this difficult personality.
Wow. Okay. So even in their negativity, there might be some unexpected professional development hidden in there. That's a pretty powerful takeaway.
It really is. And it reminds us that people are complex. We can't just slap simple labels on them and be done with it.
This deep dive has definitely challenged my thinking. It's a good reminder that what we might initially see as a negative can actually hold hidden value.
Absolutely. So I'm curious, after this conversation, after really diving into this, think about your own professional life. Who are those toxic voices you encounter? And more importantly, what might they be trying to teach you?